Solana has went down a bunch in the past 7 days, and my Solana to USDC position over on Orca went out of range. So in this video, I'm going to be rebalancing my position and breaking down my strategy. It's crazy that in the past month, we saw Solana hit over 260 bucks, and now it's down to 194. Hopefully, Solana keeps on going up. I am pretty bullish on it, but for now, we had a dip and it's time to rebalance. So I already took out my pending yield last night. I just have a bit more from today. So I'm going to go ahead and withdraw my position. I'm going to hit close position. Here we go. Now it's going to go back to my wallet. So now on my wallet, it shows 615 SOL and about $13 USDC. Now I'm going to figure out, first of all, my range, and second of all, how much of each asset I need, how much Solana and how much USDC I need. I'm going to head on over to the trusty Metrics Finance. It's the best software for, first of all, finding liquidity pool opportunities and then simulating your returns and seeing what type of earnings you could be making. And then of course, you can build out your portfolio. So I'm going to go over to the Discover section. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go on the same Orca Solana to USDC pool. So for exchange, I'm going to select Orca, and then for network, just Solana. Now we can see all the opportunities. Now usually I would type in USDC to Sol and find it, but it was already at the top. So I can go ahead and go here and look at USDC to Sol. Now this one is showing 237% fees APR. That is a bit skewed. So let's go ahead and hit the simulate position and move the current price to where the liquidity is, so we can try to get a more accurate representation of the APR. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over to where there's high liquidity. Okay, you can see it's about 100% yearly APR at the moment. And this whole section, this estimated fees monthly and yearly, is based on the calculation range we have set here. So when we're using the past 30 days of data in this range, it's showing 100% APR. But if we want to use the past 10 days of data, now it's showing 97% APR. So it's a good idea to change the calculation range. And on the pro plan of metrics, you can zoom out and see very far calculation ranges in the past. For now, I'll keep it at about the past 20 days of calculation range. Now, you can see I have 0.003 for the min price, some weird number. So I'm going to go ahead and swap the order of the assets, USDC and Sol. All right, now we got 157.4 to 262.3. Now, like I say in other videos, want my passive income to be as passive and as long-term as possible. I personally am not trying to squeeze out crazy APR and having to be checking my portfolio every day or even every 2 days. I like to have it pretty passive. So I'm going to have a pretty broad range. I'm going to set my max price to about 253. This looks pretty wide for the max price, and I personally don't see Solana going above 253 in the next couple of weeks. Remember, this isn't financial advice. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money. It's just my opinion. And then for my min price, maybe Solana could dip down more. So I'm going to go still pretty lenient and go with about 175. Now this is a pretty broad range, and I'm going to put my current price where there's lots of liquidity, and it's showing with this range, we're getting about 135% APR. Now let's zoom out on the calculation range just a bit. Now you can see here on the 23rd, obviously the price of Solana was over 253. So I'm thinking maybe to be a bit more safe, I want to raise my range, even though I'd lose a bit APR. Let's raise it right above here. Now we're looking at about 175 for min price to 263. And it's saying 122% APR based on the past 34 days of data. Let's switch it to the past 12 days of data. It's saying we'd be getting 120% APR. Now for this position, I have about 642 bucks to work with. So I'm just going to say 630 for deposit amount. And now it's going to show we would need this much USDC and this much Solana. And scrolling down, I'm going to check the volume history. It's always important to do. And remember to always do your due diligence on these assets before you take on any exposure to them. So now I'm going to go ahead and get how much USDC I need and how much Sol I need. So I need about 400 bucks USDC. So I'm going to go to Phantom, swap this Solana. Let's go ahead and swap. Let's get 400 bucks. Perfect. Now I'm going to review the order. All right, so now I have 413 USDC and $215 in Sol. So we're going to have to play with the numbers a bit in Orca. So let's go ahead and go to Orca. Now go to the pool section and find the liquidity pool. So Sol to USDC, it's the first one, and we can verify it's the right one by looking at the fee tier, the 0.04%. Yep, 0.04%. We can check the TVL. Here it says 26 mil. Go down to TVL. Yeah, about 26, 27 million. So we're chilling. I'm going to select it. And now Orca is going to give us full liquidity range off the bat. I'm going to change this and go with custom because of course I want to type in the range that we just selected here. So min price 175. I typed that in 175. Max price 263. I'm going to go with that. And it's saying based on the past 24 hours of data, we'd be getting about 0.8% per day. That's really high. I'm expecting to get anywhere from like 0.14% to 0.8% per day. And now I'm going to type in how much USDC and how much SOL I need. So let's go ahead. Now I am having to mess with the numbers a bit of how much I'm depositing in each. I turned on auto swap on. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit the trade button. So now I'm confirming the transaction right here, and I'm probably going to have some money left over that I still need to deposit since the numbers probably weren't exact. Yeah, I still have 351. So I'm going to go ahead and add more money. We got 400 bucks in the pool. Let's go ahead and deposit more liquidity. Sometimes it can be tricky to add the perfect amount off the bat. Yeah, sometimes I have to play with it a few times. Okay, cool. So now I have $615 in the pool, and you can see right now it's showing 0.8% per day based on the past 24 hours of data. We'll see how this performs. And guys, I'm posting this video a few days late, maybe even a week late after making this trade. If you're in the DeFi Excel community, you'll see this way earlier. I'm going to go ahead and tell them my position today, right after this video. But if you're watching on YouTube, you're finding it a bit late. But of course, I'll leave the link to the DeFi Excel community in the description. But anyways, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to turn on post notifications because my future videos can help you a lot. And make sure to click the video on the screen as well, and I'll see you there.